In a town in Calabria, a long time ago, there lived an old lady. Everyone called her Streganona, which meant
Grandma Witch.
Although all the people in the town talked about her in whispers, they all went to see her if they had troubles. I was 16 and a junior in high school when I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I had always worried that my children would be diabetic.
You do 85.
But I look at Gina and I look at Charlie and I say, they have this because of me.
My paternal grandfather is the first in the history of our lineage that I can recall that has type 1. My father also has type 1. My uncle, his brother, also has type 1. I was diagnosed with type 1 when I was in my 30s. And then my daughter Charlie was diagnosed when she was 6. And my daughter Morgan has tested positive for type 1 antibodies. So eventually she will join our insulin-loving crew.
Does anybody know what the largest silver coin we talk about is? Charlotte?
$50. I've had type 1 diabetes for a year and a half.
Great. What are you going to work on right now?
The hardest part about having diabetes is probably whenever I'm doing like a fun activity, so I have to like take a pause and having like a low snap. For me, whenever my blood sugar is low, I feel very like shaky and it's just like tired.
Charlie was diagnosed, it was 2 weeks before dance class started. So I remember calling you and I said, listen, I'm sorry, but we have to cancel dance. Charlie can't do it. She just got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And that phone call, you said, well, actually, my daughter has diabetes and you absolutely can. And this is how we're gonna do it. As a mom, you're making decisions all the time. You constantly have things that you're thinking about and remembering, and oftentimes we are a household full of alarms and full of beeps. It's actually really funny. When an alarm goes off, Charlie will also look at me and she'll be, is that you? I'll be like, no, that's you. Or we'll look at our watches and I'll say, oh, I'm this. And she's like, oh, it's me. All right, 100. What are you? What are you?
130.
With the technology that's there today, your phone becomes a part of your body.
What does your Dexcom say?
107.
1, 2.
The dependence that you have on the technology, the dependence that you have on the insulin, it's not a part-time job, it's a full-time job.
I think technology has advanced so much now that I live in a different state, but I know my dad's numbers. I know my uncle's numbers. He sees mine, he sees Charlie's, and we can all kind of look out for each other.
Okay, that looks like about a fourth of the crust, and a fourth of the crust is about 26 carbs. Being the only one in my immediate family that is not, to this point, going to develop type 1, I feel a lot of responsibility to make sure that everyone does manage their diabetes to the best of their ability. What I've noticed with my family is that you can live a normal life, but there's still something extra that you have to do to stay alive. To relieve people of that burden, something that they didn't choose to have, I think would be absolutely groundbreaking, and that's something that we'll continue to fight for every day.
A cure would be life-changing in that Charlie could go to a sleepover and I wouldn't worry. She could go to summer camp on her own and swim in the pool and play soccer without me worried that her blood sugar was gonna go low and nobody would be there to help her. While I would love a cure for myself, I really would love a cure for her to have a carefree childhood. A childhood where I'm not hovering over her and she's not answering my texts. Did you treat that low yet? Or what's your number right now? So that would be the best part about a cure for us, yeah.
What I'm most excited for is Gina and Charlie and Morgan. With a cure, they will be free. They will not have to worry about testing constantly and monitoring constantly and how much insulin should I take. But the bigger piece is longevity of life and quality of life. That is the most important reason for a cure to be found.
Thank you for supporting a cure for type 1 diabetes.